Never blame people in life. The good people give you happiness, the bad people give you experience, the worst people give you a lesson, and the best people give you memories. Think about that for a moment. Every single person who has ever walked into your life, the friends, the enemies, the lovers, the liars, they were all there for a reason. But here's the problem. Most of us don't see it that way. When someone hurts us, our first instinct is to blame, to point a finger, to say, it's their fault. They ruined my life. But what if I told you that blame is a trap? That every time you blame someone else, you give away a piece of your power? Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, believed that the people you meet are not accidents. They are mirrors, reflecting parts of yourself that you often don't want to face. So maybe when you blame someone, you're not really blaming them. You're avoiding a truth about yourself. Today, we'll go deep. We'll explore why people hurt us, why we keep repeating the same painful patterns, and how you can break free by never blaming people again. But first, let's confront an uncomfortable truth. Section 1. The illusion of blame. Blame feels good at first. It gives you a temporary sense of control, like saying, it wasn't me, it was them. I'm innocent, but here's the dark side. Blame freezes you in the past. It traps you in anger, resentment, and helplessness. Imagine you're driving a car. Blaming someone is like taking your hands off the wheel and screaming at the other drivers. Meanwhile, your car keeps crashing, and you wonder why your life feels like chaos. The truth is, blame is not control. It's surrender disguised as strength. Jung once said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Let that sink in. The very things you hate in other people are often unhealed parts of yourself waiting to be acknowledged. So when you blame someone, you miss the real opportunity for growth. Section 2. The mirror effect. Here's where it gets deep. Carl Jung believed in something called the shadow self. It's the dark, hidden side of your personality. The thoughts you suppress, the emotions you deny, the parts of you that you reject because they don't fit the image you want to show the world. But here's the twist. Those hidden parts don't just disappear. They live in your unconscious mind and they show up in your relationships. Have you ever noticed how certain people trigger you instantly? Maybe it's a coworker's arrogance, a friend's selfishness, or a partner's coldness. You think, I hate them for this. But in reality, what you're really seeing is a reflection of your own shadow. Jung described it perfectly. You meet yourself in others. That doesn't mean you're exactly like them, but it does mean that their behavior is touching a wound inside you, a part of you that still needs healing. So instead of blaming them, ask yourself, why does this hurt me so deeply? What is this teaching me about myself? Section 3. The cycle of pain. Here's why this matters. If you don't face your shadow, you will repeat the same painful patterns over and over. You'll keep attracting the same kind of toxic friends, the same kind of abusive partners, the same kind of betrayal. Not because you deserve it, but because your unconscious mind is trying to get your attention. It's like life is whispering, wake up, heal this wound, learn this lesson. But most people don't wake up. They just keep blaming others. And so the cycle continues, endlessly. Imagine two mirrors facing each other. Your shadow reflects in another person's shadow. The more you blame them, the more energy you give to the cycle. The only way to break free is to stop blaming and start taking responsibility for your inner world. Section 4. Real-life example. The betrayal. Let's make this real. Imagine you're deeply in love with someone. You give them your trust, your heart, your everything, and then they betray you. Your first reaction is rage. How could they do this to me? You want revenge, you want them to feel the pain you feel, but months later, when the anger fades, you begin to see the truth. Maybe you ignored the red flags. Maybe you stayed in the relationship because you were afraid of being alone. Maybe you betrayed yourself long before they ever betrayed you. This doesn't excuse their behavior, it doesn't mean they were right. But it does mean that your healing is your responsibility, not theirs. Blaming them keeps you stuck. Owning your lesson sets you free. Section 5. Why people hurt you. Here's a hard truth. People hurt you for two main reasons. First, because they are acting out their own pain. Hurt people. Just like you have a shadow, they do too. Their cruelty often says more about them than it does about you. Second, because life is teaching you something. Every relationship is a mirror. Every conflict is a classroom. And the people who challenge you the most are often your greatest teachers. Think about the worst person you've ever met, the one who lied to you, used you, or broke you. Without them, would you have learned to set boundaries? Would you have discovered your inner strength? Would you have grown into the person you are today? Sometimes the people you call your enemies are actually angels in disguise. Their role was never to love you, but to wake you up. Section 6. The freedom of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about letting people off the hook. It's about releasing yourself from the chains of blame. When you forgive, you're not saying, "What you did was okay." You're saying, "I refuse to let what you did control my future." It's like putting down a heavy backpack you've been carrying for years. Suddenly you feel lighter, freer. And here's the secret. Forgiveness has nothing to do with them. It's entirely about you. Because when you blame, you hand your power to the very person who hurt you. But when you forgive, you take that power back. Section 7. Taking radical responsibility. Here's where everything changes. To stop blaming people, you must take radical responsibility for your life. That doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means recognizing that your response is always within your control. Someone insults you? You can't control their words, but you can control whether you carry that insult in your heart. Someone betrays you. You can't control their actions, but you can control how you rise from the pain. Carl Jung believed that true growth begins the moment you stop looking outward and start looking inward. You are not a victim of life. You are the creator of your inner world, and when you master that, no one can take your peace away. Section 8. The empowering truth. Imagine a world where no one blamed anyone else, where instead of pointing fingers, people asked, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this?" Conflicts would dissolve, families would heal, societies would transform. This might sound idealistic, but it begins with you, with one choice: to never blame people again. Not because they're innocent, but because you deserve freedom. You deserve peace. You deserve to be the master of your own mind. So, the next time someone hurts you, pause, breathe, and remember, the good people give you happiness. The bad people give you experience. The worst people give you a lesson. And the best people give you memories. Every person is a teacher. Every pain is a doorway to growth. And every moment is a chance to choose power over blame. If this message spoke to you, take the first step today. Reflect on your life. Who are you still blaming? What lesson are they trying to teach you? And when you're ready to go deeper, watch my next video, where we explore the hidden patterns in your relationships and how to finally break free from them. Because your journey to self-mastery begins the moment you stop blaming others and start truly understanding yourself.